thing. That was fun. That was sort of a silly. I read in the script and I was thinking, like, what are we gonna do for this? And then of course they brought out that massive oversized shirt, and I realized what it was gonna be, which was fun. Yeah, that episode was very fun too. It was all the cat business is just very silly. It was a lot of trying to not break. The first episode, especially, once I wake up in 3, I feel like that's really sort of this scared, fight to stay alive version of the character, which is not really him. It's sort of this contentious, ready to fight side. And by 5, he's sort of relaxed enough, and he's going to work, and things are exciting, like Twizzlers, and he's sort of just kind of riding high on all the newness. I think Miles' first sort of thing he wants to do is find a job that makes him excited. And something, I don't know if he has it in him to see something that involves working very hard, because he sort of likes fun and partying. So he has to find something that sort of fits a little niche. And Kara also has to recruit, obviously. So there's a bit of a exploration moment for him.
We've seen Mon-El hang out a lot with Kara, obviously. Are there any other dynamics that he's going to get to explore?
But we saw him get wasted with Wind, which is very silly. He's still an outsider. You know, these guys all know each other. They work together. Some of them are related, not by blood, but in family, and they all sort of have this history together, and he's still on the outside. So I think that sits with him kind of in a difficult place for him. I think it takes him a while to adjust to that, in finding his role in this group, and other than Kara, who he can talk to, who he can connect to, and sort of feel like himself. It definitely, the mentor-mentee relationship is sort of how she first opens up to not just hating him because he's from Daxam. And then I think from there, it's nice that eventually whatever their differences are, sort of fade away. They find their similarities that they can cling to, and they do become friends. But she's definitely still someone he looks to as an example, because she's got it all figured out. She's got the same powers that are more honed and developed, and she's also got this great sense of right and wrong, which Mon doesn't really understand. He didn't grow up with that. He wasn't taught that exact moral compass. So his journey will be sort of finding his place in that. I think when we sort of see him in the next episode, the focus is more, okay, let's get you out in the world and get the normal you first. Let's get that figured out, because that's easy to screw up. And then once we've got Mike figured out, we can come back and see like what part of you will fit into our DBO puzzle, if any. And I think he's never had to think about that before. So he's coming from a life where he had a job and he did that. Now he's here and someone's telling him he's got to sort of figure it out for himself, and he's never really had to do that. So I think with time we'll see him. I'm trying to pick my words here. We'll see him, find which part of what Kara does inspires him, and try to hold on to that as a propelling force to hopefully join up with him eventually.
Mike is very entertaining to watch on.
Mike's a funny guy. He's so uncomfortable in the bow tie and glasses that Kara sort of forces on him, that I think it's fun going forward to watch his sort of evolution away from that, and which parts of it stick, which parts of who Kara sort of wants him to be in the world registered to him as something he could do, and which things he drops and sort of pursues other covers. Well, the good news is that he doesn't really connect with anybody other than Kara right away. He's still, and you can see that in him when he interacts with other people. He feels like an outsider, and she also has only started to open up. And her realizing, hey, this is an opportunity for me to do what I needed to do with Clark, and also, hey, this guy is almost me to a T, except instead of one day deciding I'm going to go fight crime, I'm going to be really good at it, he's sort of given all the tools to do that, but he doesn't know if he wants to or if he can. So I think her finally registering that opens that opportunity for their closeness to be a real thing instead of sort of a, hey, we're both here together, I better mentor you. And he's got different quirks and different agendas, and it's going to take time for him to get rid of his sort of frat boy, hooking up with girls kind of energy, which is sort of where he's come from.
Why doesn't he gravitate towards Hank? Hank being another person who's not from the planet and somebody he could be like mentored by.
Well, I think with Hank has really only with the McMahon story has really only started to really open up. There's that great line where he says something about he used to go something personal, and Alex says that he didn't know he did anything personal. He really keeps everything very close to his chest and doesn't show very much. And Niall and Hank don't really have much of a relationship so far. It's definitely one of you're the boss, and I know that you get very angry, so I'm going to try to keep my distance. But they also, they're friendly because if Kara accepts somebody, that people around her trust her enough to know that means that they're good, they're okay. For figuring out how to fight crime and how to perfect those skills. And here you have a guy who has all the same capabilities, but he's sort of like a lame duck version of you. He doesn't really want to, doesn't really know how to do it, and it's going to take him time to work through it. So I think that was their intention too with the second season, was having someone go through the